Let's talk about N+1 query in Laravel. To understand about this N+1 query, let's see an example. Let's look at this blade file. In this blade file, what we are doing is we are displaying the name of the author of the book, right? Let's go into this book model and we can see we have a relationship author, right? And in the author we have has one relationship with book table, and in this book controller we are fetching all of the books and we are sending this book to our book blade file, and we have endpoint books for this one, right? So now let's go to the browser and let's go to this endpoint. We can see the name of author of every book, right? And let's look at the query down below. We have 4 queries. The first query is to fetch all of the books, and the other 3 queries are to fetch the author information of book, right? We have 3 queries because we have 3 authors. If there were 10 authors, there would have been 10 queries for the author. And if we generalize and let's say if there were n authors, there would have been n queries to fetch all of the author information. So that's where the name N+1 came from. N is the number of query to fetch all of the author, and +1 is the other one query to fetch all of the book. But now this is the problem, because the number of query to fetch the authors is dependent on the number of entries in the database, right? That means if there were 100 authors in the database, the number of queries to fetch the authors would be 100. So now this is the problem. So how do you solve that? To solve that, what we can do is we can do something called agar loading. For that we have with keyword and then we pass the relationship. In our case it's author, and then we do something called get, right? Now if I refresh this page, we have 3 authors. The output is same as the previous one. But now look at this query. We have only 2 queries. The first query is to fetch all of the books information, and then the second query is to fetch all of the author's information, right? Even if we have 3 authors, the number of query to fetch the author is only 1. Even if there were 10 authors, the number of query would still be the same. So problem solved.